I'm introducing, but my mouth is full.
We are live.
Your mouth is
you.
full of an introduction, buddy.
Mouth is full of an introduction and a delicious fish sauce curry. Hello, everyone. We are Blackwater D&D. We're joined with some amazing guests, and we're gonna do DM Roulette.
Yes.
If you're new here and you're like, what is DM Roulette? Well, fuck, am I jealous of you? If I could go back in time and experience DM Roulette for the first time ever, I would. Amazing. DM Roulette is a system in which every player is at one point a character, or all characters, and at one point a DM. We rotate through every natural 20 or every 15 minutes. We rotate to the next person, and that person has to pick up where the last person left off and just be the DM. It's weird. It's wild. It's very chaotic.
It's actually natural ones for the first rotation.
You're totally right, and I'm wrong. And
it's okay. Your mouth was full of an introduction, so
my mouth was full of an introduction, and it's been a day. Yeah, natural ones for the first rotation. There's also ways y'all can get involved. A couple of ways that you can drop fat stacks of bits to change how the game happens. So those ways are real simple. 100 bits. Oh,
they're one of the ways on there's a little screen somewhere.
You can see, I'm going to look at where I'm pointing. That's the wrong way. This way. If you look in this direction, you will see all the ways you can contribute, but I'm going to walk us through it a little bit because why else am I here? 100 bits. And a player of your choice, you add a D20 to their pool. That pool grows until they make their next roll, and they roll all of the dice in that pool. So theoretically, for a initiative check, which has happened before, you can roll like 10 D20 and take the best result. It's wild. Then 1,000 bits, you just move that rotation. You just push. You just make it the next DM. If you're like, oh, I'm really excited to see this person DM, you can get there quicker with 1,000 bits. 3,000 bits, a Wand of Wonder drops into the character of your choice, or the player's hand of your choice, and it immediately goes off, consuming 3 charges of a Wand of Wonder. Roll 3 times. That player gets to pick a target, and it goes off and does crazy things. It can really lead to some chaos. And then finally, wildly, 10,000 bits. If you drop a fat stack of 10,000 bits, a deck of many things mysteriously arrives, and a player of your choice draws a card, and whatever card that is, that happens, which can lead to some pretty wild shit.
We've had one deck of many things drop, which was resulted in an NPC immediately hating my character, which was a very, very sad moment for that character.
You can also just like get a wish or kill someone instantly. So like it's a real kind of hit fire.
And it's not just someone in the game. If you get a good pull, you can kill someone in real life, much like the anime Death Note.
Also, hello, Lemmings. Thank you for the raid. Hi, Leno. Thanks for bringing everyone over.
And really, 10,000 bits to kill someone in real life? Steal.
You don't get to decide who, though, but someone in this world dropped
that short story.
Someone that you've met in your life.
From that, I'm going to introduce our amazing guest.
If you have a lot of enemies, it's a good bet. It's a good bet. If you have more enemies than friends, drawing a card is a really good bet.
We are very excited to be joined by these 2 fantastic DMs, 2 of my favorite DMs, I will say. First, I would like to welcome Beth to our stream. Beth, thank you so much for being here. Why don't you tell everyone who you are and what you do?
Oh God. Yeah, I'll do that. That's the thing I'll do. Hello, I'm Beth the Bard. You can find me everywhere at It's Beth the Bard. I am a professional dungeon master and TTRPG writer. I wrote She is the Ancient, a gender bent Curse of Strahd, which is on DM's Guild, if you want to check it out. That's it. That's me.
She is the Ancient is amazing. Please go check it out. If one of our mods can drop the link to the DM's Guild for that, if they want to Google it and put it in the chat, that would be amazing. Thank you.
And sheistheancient.com.
Sheistheancient.com. There, sheistheancient.com. Please go follow that. Also, welcoming back from FeywildAndOut and our very own Brothers Grimm campaign, Pond.
Hello, it's me.
If you've never met Pond before, please tell everyone who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Pond. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. I am Pond. You can find me every Monday night over at FeywildAndOut here on Twitch, where I am running a short homebrew campaign. You can find me every other Wednesday over on the Initiative Order, where I'm running another homebrew campaign. You can find me here on the second Wednesday of every month on Blackwater, where I'm playing in the Brothers Grimm campaign. And I think the short energy, thank you. And then starting in April, I think April, you can find me over on Architect Loom, where I will be playing for once, and in another D&D campaign. I do so many D&D and TTRPGs, and you can follow me on Instagram at Pondplays Games to see if I'm going to be guesting anywhere. Usually I post about it. I didn't post about it today because I'm a lump. Anyways, I'm so happy to be here, and I love you all. Yay.
Anytime we get more Pond, it just makes me so happy. So
I'm
very
blushing.
stoked to have you both here.
So to get to how things are going to kind of work when we rotate, first off, natural ones or every 15 minutes, or if someone drops 1,000 biddies, we'll rotate and you'll hear this sound. Real fucking vibes, that one. And then after we've all rotated once we've made it all the way, because Sean is going to start us as the first DM. Once we've made it all the way back to Sean as a DM, it's every 10 minutes, every natural 1 and every natural 20. And again, the 1,000-bit stands. You can move the sequence along as you please. Em, do you have any announcements to make?
I have some very brief ones,
Okay.
brief announcements. I try and keep them short for DM Roulette. A big thank you to our sponsors, Legendcraft, a nerdy woodworking company from Calgary. Check them out, and if anything tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. We are also proud to be sponsored by Sirenscape, because epic games require epic sound. We also have 2 fantastic partners. The first step is Legend Keeper. It is an ultimate world-building tool created by DMs for DMs. Tim and I are working up to get ready to start world building with Legend Keeper. We're going to be doing the first Friday of every month. You can find us here on Blackwater at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, translating Tim's Google Hell document into Legend Keeper. I'm very, very excited about it. And Legend Keeper is a smaller company right now, but as they grow and as we grow, you will see more partnerships from us together. So we're really stoked about that. And our next partnership, it is indeed Kobold Press. Holy bananas. We are excited to work with Kobold Press as part of an ongoing partnership to bring you a brand new campaign starting Sunday, March 6th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over on Kobold Press's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Kobold Press. It is homebrewed and set in the Margrave setting, which is a twisted forest filled with dark and fey magic in their Midgard campaign setting. It is an 8-week run with possible extension to 12 if it is well attended and successful. And then they may bring us back again. Who knows? The campaign features Tim in the DM seat with Cody and Adam and myself as players. And we will also be joined by our amazing friend Brianna DeCoster of Utahime Cosplay and our friend Gordy Lucius, who is an improviser and comedian. As mainstay cast members, there is going to be character art. There is going to be cosplay. We are super stoked to get ready for this campaign. So please go follow Kobold Press across all of their socials and stay tuned here for more info. Love as always to our dice goddess Keisha at Fairy Dragon Dice and our amazing artist Tiana Kovacevic, who you can find at Mistout_Marston on Instagram. Please come join our Discord. Our Discord is a wonderful, amazing place. Type !Discord to find a link in the chat. Also, thank you to everyone who subscribes to us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions because they don't roll over every month. You get a free Twitch sub with your Amazon Prime. So if you'd like to support the show, that's one way you can do it. Also, if you'd like to support the show above and beyond, you're at the right show for that. All of the bits and any subscription or donation that you make to us goes to help making our channel better. It helped us purchase some sweet mics. You guys were amazing for our super stream drive. We are like well underway with getting started with our animation. Sean and I have been up to our elbows in going through animation stuff. So we are very, very, very stoked about that. It is wonderful. You will be seeing some of that stuff in our break intro this week. Tiana has put forth some character art for animation as character design. So we'll be showing some of that. And our animator in a little bit is going to start streaming his animation process, which is going to be so cool. So you can check that out. Type !intro for that information. I am almost done here. Oh my gosh, breakneck speed. Where am I? Yes. If you are behind on any of our content, you can head on over to our YouTube, type !YouTube, and it is all there. There is over 1,000 hours of content on there. Please go dive into it. All from our main campaigns to our side quests, one shots and beyond. Please, please, please go head on over there. There's always stuff to watch. Programming for us this week, we are back on Saturday with main campaign. And next week, I think it's our week off next week, which is nice. I think we have a week respite. We have our week off next week, and then we are back again Saturday. So whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We hope you feel really, really welcome at our table. We love you immensely. And Sean, let's get to some DM roulette.
Let's do it. So you all find yourselves on the remote jungle island of Turtle Rock, an island weeks away from the nearest mainland, completely isolated. And you are all employees of the Outer Plains Observatory.
Pond, you can add a D20 to your pool.
Well done, Pond. Well done.
Thanks,
You're already
Kay.
winning.
Thank you, Kay.
It is a scientific outpost built to study the outer planes and gather more information for the prime material plane here. You have all been hired on as security, as the jungle itself is populated by, D&D shit, so it's not always the kindest thing. And the resident merfolk population can get a little piratey from time to time, so the scientists thought it was a good idea to bring along some
everyone
muscle.
Gets a D20 added to their list. Thank you, Teeny. And then Sean, you add another as well.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
you, Teeny. Thank
When
you,
the- when the
Animates.
dungeon-
Thank you,
master
Animates.
gets a
And
couple.
thank you, Teeny.
So you all find yourself returning triumphant from the beach where some merfolk teenagers was causing some trouble, doing some graffiti and stuff, and you basically mall-copped them away. As has most of your job. You've been here for a few weeks and it's been very quiet. You haven't really had to draw a sword on anything, and most of you are looking forward to tonight. The changing of the guard is happening. The supply ship is coming with exchanging some of the scientists, bringing supplies, and replacing you all with a new lot of mercenaries. And so you find yourself returning to the canteen in the main dormitory building, where it's middle of the day. And it's currently empty as everyone's going about their scientific tasks. And you are greeted by Scuppy the cook. Scuppy is a turtle with just fucking barnacles, like a sea turtle, barnacles growing off of their shell, and just real droopy face. And Scuppy swears by the both medicinal and culinary properties of seaweed. So you've been eating a lot of sea loaf, a lot of sea ribs, a lot of sea furky, which is like a tofurkey but made of seaweed.
Salty.
Yeah. And you see old Scuppy just whipping up a big old seaweed salad, and Scuppy says, "Well, sit on down. What can I get for you?" And Pond, why don't you start us off? Who is walking triumphantly into this gorgeous canteen?
So walking triumphantly into this gorgeous canteen smelling so much of seaweed is a about 5'8" half elf with white, very short, sort of scraggly hair, with a very bony, sort of gloomy looking face with bright eyes, and even though they look a little gloomy, they've got a smile on their face, and they walk in and say, "Scuppy, my good man, can I please get a good cup of your seaweed tea, please?"
Anything for you, Abnormal? And
No, not
are you
the-
not?
I am, I
where
am
the fuck are
Ekorz.
you?
I am
Oh,
Ekorz
excuse
the Bold.
these old eyes of mine, Ekorz, you
It's-
son of a
It's
bitch.
okay, Scrappy. I understand your struggle. We are easily confusable.
Makes sense. Who is playing Abby Normal?
That's
Beth.
me.
Oh, well then, Beth, would you love to introduce Abby Normal for us?
Yeah, Abby Normal comes hobbling in. Oh god. She is a 2-foot tall gnome, and she's got a red pointy hat and a beard and rainbow suspenders, and she hunches over because she's like 98 years old, and she just walks really, really slow in, and is like, I don't want any of those ribs this time. I just want some the shofu. Hey, you like tofu but the sea, please.
Oh yeah, the sofu coming right up. Sofu with
Hey, better
extra
have my
seed
gums.
gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Scuppy serves that up extra soft. Whatever the opposite of al dente is, because he understands that your teeth are not necessarily what they used to be. And coming in from behind Abby Normal is one Pordge Gruggson.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, Pordge is tall and very, very lanky, but in a like kind of podgy way. He's got very long limbs and he's kind of like quite stretched out, but he's also stretched out, you know. He's a bugbear, so he kind of stalks into the room and he's a little lethargic and a little slow. He's got a big sword on his back. He looks like he's never ready to use it. He hopes for the best, but if he's gotta use it, he's gotta use it. He's got pretty dirty fur. He looks pretty greasy. Yeah, Pordge just he likes to take it slow, likes to take it easy, likes to take it sleazy.
Taking it sleazy.
Slow, easy, sleazy. That's what I just
Slow,
Oh,
easy, sleazy.
Easy,
Um, And
Easy,
right
greasy,
next to
beautiful
this
cover
slow,
girl.
easy, sleazy, and quite greasy individual is one reckless Yesander.
Quite the opposite of the individual standing next to him. You see a dashing young kobold burst into the room with green and yellow coloring to him. He's got this kind of like pompadour of hair that is kind of slicked up and back, and he's just like with his daggers all around the room, and he goes, "I'm Reckless Yesander. It's wonderful to see you." You know who Reckless Yesander is, but every time he comes into the room, he announces himself as such. He has a brilliant white, very, very toothy grin. There's almost too many teeth in there. And his smile is quite, he means it to be charming, but it's quite off-putting. And it's just, there's a lot of like one leg up posing, like a Captain Morgan pose, where he just holds his dagger out and he goes, "Reckless Yesander." And you also know about Reckless Yesander, he says yes to almost everything.
Very good.
Lives up to his name of Reckless Yes Anding.
Thank you, Molly, for the dice. I'll add that to my pool.
Thank
And
you.
Scuppy says, "Can I get you the regular?"
Yes,
Which is,
always.
of course, just whatever anyone else ordered.
Absolutely.
And behind Reckless, we have our final mercenary. Tim, who do we see?
Yeah. So you watch as the door is pushed open by a relatively large, long pink leg, as a what can only be described as a full-grown ostrich with arms steps through the door. This is long neck, kind of like having to like duck under with his little head as he cranes over the bar. "Yes, I will have some seaweed today. and he grabs some seaweed from like over the bar and just like just like shakes it down his whole neck. This is Binksley Townsend.
Binksley Townsend.
He's only wearing his feathers. He is an Aarakocra, but he cannot fly. He does have sort of little wings behind his arms.
Wonderful. And so as Ekorz the Bold, Pordge Gruggson, Abby Normal, Binksley Townsend, and of course Reckless Yesander.
Reckless Yesander.
Yes, very good, Reckless. All tuck into your respective seaweed-based food for the 37th time. It's been a very chill few weeks when the doors to the canteen burst open and a white-haired elven man stumble glides into the room. This man is generally quite smooth, but you didn't know elves were capable of sweating, but this man is deeply unsettled, and you recognize this as Professor Scarborough. And Professor Scarborough runs this whole operation. He is like the guy. He's the person that everyone answers to. He's the resident expert on the Outer Planes. He's the one who makes the discoveries. He is famous on the mainland. He is quite a name and always composed, except right now. And he comes over to you and says, "Oh my God, thank God you're here. We have a problem. Earlier today, we made a discovery. We found something. Usually, through the various magical telescopes, we can see things and make them appear closer, as a telescope might. But
Some face is right up against, is way too close.
Okay, I appreciate that you're meeting me at my level, but I need you to bring that reel that in. All right, thank you. Something came through, and that was a wonderful, exciting thing. It was small and amorphous, and it was a liquid and a solid, and we were studying it, and this being, it had the most astounding properties where it could mimic other living beings. At first, just Spots. The Spots is, of course, the compound dog that everyone loves and cherishes. But very quickly we learned that it could mimic people, and indeed their mannerisms and personality. And well, we lost it.
Oh.
And there's been an incident. Johnny Rocks, the geologist, has been found dissolved.
Dissolved?
Yes, I know. I'm not taking it well either. You know I love Johnny Rocks.
If he was dissolved, how do we know he was Johnny Rocks? Just as...
Because all his rings were present. His many geology-themed rings.
How do we know you're you?
That's the worst part, you don't.
Professor Scarborough.
This being could be anyone.
It could be you.
Okay, yes,
I
it
jab
could.
him in the stomach.
I'm inclined to go with abnormal. Yes, it is you.
How do we know you're not a goop?
Well, I would.
Binksley retreats his head and immediately puts it under the table and starts looking from the feet up.
Okay, I'm really going to need all of you to focus up. I am a legitimate lead. It could be me, but I would like you to cast a broader neck.
You're real sweaty.
Yes.
That is true.
Yeah, this is high stakes. Yes, Pordge?
I got a solution, but I don't think everyone's gonna love it.
Is it to stab him? Because I'm
no,
here.
we just kill everyone, including ourselves. We write a note for the next boat, be like, whoopsie doozy.
Pordge, I'm going to remind you, your whole job is to keep people here safe.
Thank you, B-Monk. for the 1,000 bits,
Thank
we are
you.
doing a quick rotation.
So Professor Scarborough stands there for a moment, looking incredulously at all of you, trying to figure out some way that he can justify that he is the real Professor Scarborough. As far as he believes, he looks back and forth between all of you, and my job here is to keep you safe. And if I was this ooze-ish creature, this being that could mimic other, wouldn't you think that I would have attacked one of you by now? Huh?
That's a great thought. Reckless Yesander agrees.
Thank you.
I don't know if I agree with Reckless Yesander. I think that's a really questionable thought process.
I appreciate the discourse. As a scientist, I appreciate discourse and debate, but this is not up for
Pordge has a
debate.
good point too. I agree with
Thank
that.
you.
Okay, well, it seems that we are going to be getting nowhere. He starts adjusting
Hey.
his like pocket protector out of anxiety. Yes,
Ekorz the Bold here.
I know who you all are. I hired you.
Yeah, I
I'm
lost.
Abby.
Okay, I lost my name tag. I just do you have like a do you know who it like do you know who it might be?
Well, this is the thing. We were in the experimentation lab, and there were 4 people in there. We saw on the heat signature device that there were 4 people in that room. I can't tell you who because it does the signatures do not show, but there were 4 people in that room. Now that creature could be one of them, could be all of them, but all I know is that the next thing they moved into the decontamination chamber, and that is where we found Johnny Rocks.
I have a question.
Yes.
What are the plans for Johnny Rox's rings? Because I did fancy them. They were very nice pieces of jewelry.
That's wonderful. They're going to go to his wife.
What
With
if his
all
wife
of
is
them?
is what if his
his-
wife is a thing, like a
His wife is
goo
named
monster?
Diamond, which is quite fitting for his profession.
That is
Yes.
extremely fitting. That makes a lot
What if
of
his
sense.
wife died? Could I get the rings? I just want to see like how many people are in line for the rings.
Abby, I think we need to focus.
The rings
Yes.
are very nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Pordge.
Okay,
You're welcome.
okay. Get
Any
those
further
rings.
questions before I let you do this
Well-
last job before? Yes,
I just
of course.
so Ekorz the Bold here. It sounds like bad news. There's an ooze. Terrible news. Johnny Rocks is dead. That's I'm not ready to process that yet. But the good news is 4 people were in the science chamber, and 5. Us 5 were dealing with teens. So of all the people who it could be, it's not the 5 of us.
This is why I came to you. I figured of all of the people on in this outpost, you would be the safest best. Also, I pay you for security, so this is kind of in your purview.
But we're also the last people we'd expect it to be, so it could be us.
Oh,
Yes, it could be us. Good point.
We could just, we could just like kill all the other 3 that were in the decontamination room.
At this point, we need to avoid an outbreak, and the problem is that if that thing came through one of our devices from the outer planes, gods know where it's from, and who knows what it plans to do. We cannot let it leave this outpost. We have gone into full lockdown.
Mhm.
Even the vents, nothing can enter or exit until we find. Yes.
Hello, Abby Normal here.
Hello, Abby.
Is there a way that we could sink the island or burn the island down? Just get rid of the island altogether?
No.
Mm.
No.
More chaotic than I am, Abby.
Coming back to those rings, though.
And he pushes through you, and basically everyone else. There's nobody else in the cantina at this point, and he motions to the door towards the experimentation lab, which is it's down at the very end of level 1. He's like, he knows, you folks would know that the experimentation lab is on this floor, and that everything has been locked down. So likely the the symbiotic ooze or whatever it is will be on this floor.
Gang, I will say this. I've been on this world for a while, and this isn't old Abby Normal's first goo monster that looks like other people situation. It's pretty common. We should come up with a code word or a phrase like a passcode, and that way the monster will know who's the monster or not in case they try to bamboozle us by looking like each other.
That's a great idea.
Pepper cookie.
Pepper cookie.
Yeah.
Yes, pepper
Pepper
cookie
cookie.
it shall be.
Pepper cookie. Hey, Scuppy, what's the password?
I'm trying to what?
Goo! I got the
We
fucking
should kill him! We
goo,
should
dude!
kill him! Quickly, kill him! I pull my mace out. Ah!
Scabby was in the kitchen, like not listening to your conversation.
Yeah, they didn't know the
A perfect
password.
time for a goo to get him.
Did you say the password around Scuppy? Like Scuppy was in
No.
the back of the dish.
Absolutely.
The
not.
purpose of a password is that the goo doesn't know it.
So Scuppy
No.
doesn't know the password.
Thank
We
you,
got
Tim.
it.
Thank you,
This is
Tim.
why you
Tim,
pay us the
have
big
another
bucks,
die.
Professor Scarborough.
Ekorz.
Yeah,
The password is for the 5 of us.
yeah. And none of us are goo.
So,
I would
yeah.
like to interrogate
Oh,
Scuppy. I'm going to get the truth out of this goo. I'm going to get the truth. Scuppy, you
So you
better.
go into the kitchen.
I'll go
uh,
right there into the kitchen. I take my little legs and my white hair.
Do you have your food safe? Can you be in
Scuppy,
here?
Scuppy, Scuppy, you listen to me. I know that you've got a secret and you're gonna tell me or else. And I summon two. No, that's a different character. And I just summon all my rage. And I just
Okay.
go, "Ooh," and I'd like to intimidate.
Okay, you can
Um,
roll an intimidation check. Yeah, go
Double
ahead.
advantage.
Wait, I follow behind with a prepared firebolt. Can I assist?
Scuppy looks terrified. This
Yeah,
is
this
the
is
cook
the
in the
energy that
kitchen.
I'm
Yeah,
looking for.
absolutely. You can roll.
That's-
You can roll that for sure. We'll see.
Fucking
We'll say that the
triple
DC
advantage.
I
definitely
haven't seen this
lowers.
excitement since the 90s. Yes.
Okay. Okay, 17. And how is my guy? Oh, that's a 24.
Scubby looks terrified. He drops the spatula. Seaweed clatters. Doesn't clatter. Seaweed splats everywhere, all across the griddle. And he kind of just backs up into the corner, like trying to retreat into his shell, but he's too big and too barnacled.
Tell me your secret, Scuppy.
What's your favorite food dish?
Pasta.
Yes,
It's the
that
goo!
is his
It's
favorite.
the goo. No, it's the goo. He only likes seaweed. It's established. He
And we're
only likes
rotating. We're also
seaweed.
rotating. Thank you, Tim Scott, for the
Oh, shit.
rotation.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I mean, it's just look. I like pasta too. You ever made a seafood pasta? And as he kind of like, as you get closer to him, he like you watch as like as he's trying to shrink down into his shell more and more. It's like just his head, his arms and legs have retracted. He is panicking. What would you like to do?
I as he's panicking and talking about this pasta, I like to look around this kitchen because Pordge fucking loves a rigatoni. And this motherfucker has been holding out on us. Oh, you son of a bitch. I want to investigate the shit out of this
make an
kitchen. I
investigation
want to
check.
find some
Absolutely.
stuff. My favorite
Throw
part
the
of this
door
game
open.
is saying I want to do a thing and having no idea how skillful my character is.
Tim, I would also like to make an investigation check for a bag of like seaweed flour, any sort of granular substance that's like
Okay.
cool.
It's an 8, Tim. 8 on the
8,
pasta
okay.
hunt.
My
Ek-
investigation was a 9.
Ekorz is leaning against the wall and just kind of like gloomily looking around. You see like a tiny like purpley or like a grayish spectral hand kind of come up and just start like rifling through things as I use
Make-
mage hand just to like
Make
rifle
another-
through up on the top shelves.
Make another investigation check.
Yeah, help me out.
You do not find any rigatoni. You're like,
I do that
this is-
aggressive, like where I just like knock
Yeah.
shit off the table and like expect stuff to appear.
You don't even look at the stove where there is a bubbling pot. And you also don't find any flour bags or anything like that.
Okay.
You're kind of looking around, but you don't see. You seem to miss the giant sack that is open by the back door. But you don't find anything in the cupboards.
I would like to put my head in the most granular thing that I can find. I just want it to be as sand-like as possible.
Oh yeah, you absolutely find some shredded seaweed.
Cool.
A big old barrel of shredded seaweed.
This is getting too intense for me. And I stick my head in it.
What was yours?
Oh,
With advantage, a 6.
Okay. You also just start knocking shit off the shelf. And just like you're just making a mess. Like there's seaweed everywhere. And there's like it's just chaos. And
I think
you
we
can
can
see
come to the
Scuppy's
consideration.
crying. He's
Scuppy, I just want to say that I don't think that you're the ooze or the creature. I think that you're a wonderful chef.
yeah. Well, I've been feeding you for weeks, and this is how you treat me. Get out of my
variety
kitchen.
of seaweed, Scuppy, has been incredible.
Yeah, you should have said that before you turned my whole kitchen
I
upside
have
down.
not touched anything other than viewed the chaos.
Reckless Yesander. I don't remember the voice. Doesn't
Zap
Yes.
Brannigan. It's
What
like Zap
is it?
Brannigan.
yes.
Zap Brannigan.
Reckless Yesander is not with these guys. I am absolutely on your side, Scuppy, and
I know.
I am
reckless-
ashamed of all of you. Reckless Yesander is ashamed of all of you.
Please, just get out of my kitchen.
I like hunch over and just start like hobbling my way out of the kitchen.
Ekorz
I-
just kind of like
Even get to finish
slinks
my-
I
out of
pick
the
Abby
room.
up and just put her under my arm.
Oh!
And ashamed of all of you.
I stand back up, but I don't remove my head from the bag properly, and I kind of do a little waddle out the door, shredded seaweed going everywhere.
So
Pordge
go ahead.
fucking walks towards the door and just turns and just says, "When I come back, there better be some motherfucking gnocchi here." All right, and like leaves, furious that we've been holding out.
Pordge,
on
I don't mean to tell you, but gnocchi is potato, not wheat flour or semolina flour.
Yeah, it's good cop. It's bad cop, good pasta. It's a
Right.
classical interrogation technique.
Classic.
Yeah.
I was not familiar.
Well, you'll be
You-
familiar with gnocchi tonight. I'll tell you what.
You head back into the cantina, where you see Professor Scarborough standing there, kind of like, just so stressed out and disappointed that this is going nowhere. Please, if you would investigate. Do you need
cannot-
somewhere to start?
You cannot rush process,
Of course.
Professor. You are a man of science. You should know this.
Yes, it's just I'm very nervous.
Same.
Can I insight check him?
Sure.
Makes sense.
With my not very. I hoped my insight would be better. It's not. Ekorz thinks he's very insightful.
Reckless Yesander is going to throw Abby at him as a diversion and then try to pick his pockets for clues.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh,
yeah,
I like
yeah.
that a
Make a
lot.
sleight of hand.
Yes.
Actually, make a sleight of hand check.
It's going to be
Abby's just, like,
an
flailing.
11 for my insight check.
Yeah, I mean, he seems nervous and like flustered and
Absolutely.
frustrated. He's like trying to get you to do the thing he's hired you for, and it feels like he doesn't feel like you're doing your job, and that's pretty clear. What was the sleight of hand check?
I got a 24. I've never played a rogue before. That's the
Ooh.
highest I've ever got on sleight of hand.
You rifle through his pockets, and you don't find anything. You
Nothing.
don't find anything in his pockets.
Not even lint.
Not even lint.
Do I need to perhaps try and not flail around on his face? Since I have been thrown.
As you are launched at him, you can make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Perfect. I rolled 3 of these dice.
We love super advantage.
If it's
Thank you,
high
everyone.
enough, can I kick him in the face? This is a little, This is a
Absolutely.
little disrespect, you know. Jeez. That is 13 with 3
13.
triple advantage.
That is not high enough. As he
Yeah.
like touches you and puts you on the table.
Ugh.
Please.
I'm sorry. He threw me. Yesander threw me.
All right. Well, perhaps the good professor is correct. We should start down the hallway. I don't know why I'm an old person now. I'm trying to do. I just have my note here. Just says wet voice, and I'm not coming out.
Yeah, who are
They're
you?
so
are you
bad.
Ekorz?
I'm Ekorz the Bard, and I've
That's
turned
Kermit.
into Abby Normal.
Yeah, it's kind of a
and-
Kermit the
Wet
Frog.
voice is very
Kind of
hard to
Kermit the
do.
Frog. There we go. Okay, well, we've got to go down the
You
hallway.
know, maybe you
now.
might be maybe you're the imposter. And your voice all weird.
I like smack Professor Scarborough on the shoulder, and I like start slinking down the hallway. Gloomily slinking down the hallway towards the
wet
experiment.
Ekorz has become.
What they wrote is a wet voice.
Moist voice.
I'll unlock the stairwell so you can get down to the lower chambers, okay?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Kind of like runs ahead and unlocks the like large door that he's come out of. I'm going to lock it behind you just to make sure that nothing else gets out, okay?
We need keys.
Right. And he kind of like undoes one of the keys. Here you go.
We're going to check and see if it works.
Okay, yeah, you go to check it. You go to turn it and it doesn't work. He goes, oh,
Throw the key in his face.
I'm so sorry. Here, take this. Well, yes.
How about
here, this one.
you take
I
this? And I want to
check it.
grab his wrist. I'm Pordge. I'm a fucking fighter. And I would love to just give him a real one of them twisty burns. I want to see if we're after an ooze. I want to see how much give his skin has.
Okay.
Does he have bones? The age
Because this
old
guy's a
question on
fucking
Blackwater, does he
genius
have bones?
scientist. This guy
How
knows how
many
keys
bones?
work. He's got a PhD.
Yeah. Okay.
He's
Make
gonna be-
a just a strength-based attack. for me,
Probably
please.
good, but we'll see. Ooh, strength. Okay. Do I get proficiency?
No. No. You just add your strength to this one.
Okay, it's a 13.
13. Yeah. It seems firm. It's like you go to do it. It's firm. It's about what you expect.
If you twist a little harder, we can see if he's gonna bleed blood or goo.
Oh dear.
Please don't resort to cutting me.
Twist
I-
until liquid
Just
comes out.
Poke him.
Well, think about it here for a second. If we leave the professor here in the cantina and he stays in here and all the events are shut,
And we tie him up.
well, presumably it's only him and Scuppy in here. So if we rule out everyone else, then perhaps we can come bleed this professor. But we don't need to do that yet. We don't need to resort to violence yet.
What if
Tying
he
someone up
kills
is not
Scuppy?
violence.
I would be so sad if he killed
I don't know
Scuppy.
who will lock the door behind me. You can get Scuppy if you like. You can tie me up, and Scuppy can lock the door behind you.
I think that's a good idea.
Wait, if we have keys, can't we fucking lock
I
the
guess
door
you can
behind
lock- yeah,
ourselves?
sure. You can lock it behind
You have a
Okay.
PhD, professor. You've got multiple.
I don't have a lot of street smarts. Okay.
All right, spit in my mouth. Spit in my mouth and let me make sure that it tastes normal. If
This
your
is
spit
absurd.
tastes like goo,
Make a persuasion check.
Abby,
I love
Abby-
walking. I love walking past Sean's door and hearing the phrase, "Okay, spit in my mouth." Then
Abby just looks. up.
that's a nat 20.
No.
Just look. Fine.
Horrified.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
Yeah, give it to me.
Open your mouth.
Yeah, this is my job. You were hired to do a job, and you're gonna spit in my mouth.
You could tell he's like struggling to get some spit going. He's like,
Ew.
That's very suspicious.
I'm disgusted.
and he hawks a loogie into your mouth.
How's it taste, Tim? Does it taste like a normal lug?
You
Sean?
take 11 acid damage.
Oh,
It's so spicy. It's so spicy.
Why is this so spicy?
I'm gonna fuck it. We're going into initiative, baby. I'm fucking this guy
Yeah,
up.
roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm a. That's half my health. Fuck this guy. What?
I will
Oh.
write the initiative of character-wise in the chat, in our Zoom chat
Yeah.
here.
I'm a fucking grappling strike this motherfucker.
We're gonna
Oh.
we're gonna roll initiative here. So I will put it in our chat. What is 25 to 20?
So I didn't use my triple advantage for my investigation for sand check, so I'll use it now.
What character I was for a second. Oh, I'm a kobold. Okay.
Oh, 18. Very nice.
14.
18, 14. Okay. And sorry, just tell me the character you are as well when you give me the.
Yes. Yeah.
So 18 for Binksley.
18 for
or-
Binksley.
18 for Binksley.
Reckless got a 14.
14.
Ekorz got a 15.
Scarborough got 17. And sorry, 15 for Ekorz. And then 14 for
Reckless.
Reckless. And then what was the last one? What was yours, Paul?
4 for Pordge.
4 for Pordge.
I got the natural 1 for 3 for Abby Normal, which means
We-
we need
no,
to rotate.
Didn't we agree that remember ones on initiative didn't rotate? Was that last? Was that? Did we do that?
I don't remember that, but maybe.
I
That's
held
a
on to
no.
it till the end because I didn't want the chaos of a DM switch in the middle of initiative writing.
Fair enough.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we're switching.
Let's
It's a
do it.
fucking-
Rotate.
Play
Oh,
the fucking thing.
Oh,
Play the
it-
thing.
Play the thing.
There she is.
Who am
Spit
I
in my
going to
mouth.
next?
Spit in my mouth.
who am I now?
You all laughed when I wanted you to spit in my mouth. I'm looking at you now.
Yeah, he begins to move toward you guys very ominously, and you see his like a ripple in his shoulders, like a very gentle ripple as his arms move outward and his elbows begin to twist in an unnatural direction as his whole arm begins to ripple and his mouth opens wide, and you just see this like thick crimson ooze begin to form as he's like, "You got me," and and begins to attack you guys with. I have to come up with a creature for this real quick. So oh my gosh. Yep, here we're going with this one. This is the first one I found. There we go. This is what we're doing.
Amazing.
Moves towards. Wait. They have to roll an. Oh my gosh.
No, they rolled initiative. Didn't
They
they?
rolled
rolled
initiative.
They're at
It's in the-
17.
It's in the order in our chat there.
17.
17 for
Okay.
them, so it's Binksley first, I think.
Says something really ominous and is just kind of like shaking like jelly, like a big pile of jelly. And Blinsky, what do you do about this?
Well, first of all, I am a little bit nervous because this is my first. I'm gonna back up quite as far back as I can go, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just gonna and I'm gonna use my little tiny Aarakocra wings to cast Firebolt at this guy. So that is a natural 20.
Hey,
Ooh.
I see.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Mhm.
Okay. So that's 16 points of fire damage to his
Fire damage.
general oozy facial area.
So he's gonna take -8 in fire damage.
Oh.
Oh, I don't.
As you cast this firebolt, you see it ricochet off his seemingly more gelatinous form, and kind of lights up ever so slightly, like the hair that still looks like hair, as it burns that away, and he just kind of scoffs it off. And with that, he is going to return. Yeah, Scar. Yep, that's him. That's what we're gonna do.
I really should have cast mage armor for my first turn. I forgot I was a wizard.
That's a 21 to hit for the
No.
first attack.
Nope. Yeah, that is.
And a 14 to hit for the second attack.
Oh, both of those are gonna hurt.
Ouch.
Realize I should have looked at the challenge rating.
We've never had a TPK, but hey, that's the first time for everything.
First attack is 3 bludgeoning damage. Second one is 4 bludgeoning damage, as several more of these gooey arms shoot out of the pile of jelly and just bitch slap you.
Don't like
One
that.
cheek after the other cheek.
My poor little ostrich beak is just like every time you hit me.
And that is the end of that turn. Ekorz. You're up, Reckless, you're
Yeah.
on deck.
Oh boy. Oh man. I really thought it was gonna be fine. Okay. Enough is enough. Ekorz is gonna run up and use his rapier and just take a rapier attack. That is a 15 to hit.
That does hit.
Nice. I'm going to expend one of my bardic inspirations as well. This is a free action too. To charge it up with some psychic damage. So I'm going to do an extra 2d6 psychic damage on top of that.
Woohoo.
So that's
That's
6
nice.
points of piercing damage, and then 5 points of psychic damage.
Tell me what this looks like as you're attacking him with this.
So you watch as he brings up his rapier to stab through the head of Professor Scarborough's jelly face. He stands there, and then he no, and you watch as a pulse of a kind of silvery energy vibrates down his sword and into the professor's head.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to as I'm doing this, I go, all right, Yesander, you're up, buddy. And I'm gonna
Yes, I am.
bardic inspiration to Reckless Yesander. That's my
All
turn.
right. Awesome. Reckless, you're up. Pordge, you're on deck.
As I stride forward, there's only one thing more powerful than impulsive affirmation, and that's mind knives. And I'm going to throw 2 mind knives, 2 daggers made of psychic energy. Oof. +5 to these. Okay, cool. Yeah. A 13 and a 21 to hit.
13 does not hit, but a 21 does hit.
All right, and that'll be my offhand, so it does slightly less damage, and
But
I
it is
am-
engaged in melee.
yeah, so I'm gonna do the sneak attack.
A sneak attack.
Or a
take
sneak
the sneak
attack,
attack.
which is currently
Oh.
2d6. So we're gonna do.
This guy does a sneak attack.
Oh, this guy does a sneak attack.
He's doing a sneak
Okay.
attack.
Oh, sneak attack.
I think this guy's doing a sneak attack.
Sorry, I need to find my dice. They're all very disorganized. 6, 12, 15 points of mind damage. As I
So,
sha-sha.
You
And then I
just
do a little bit of an embellishment.
he's you see just he's beginning to jelly a little bit harder. At this point, he is purely a bright red ball of goop with tentacles.
Nice. Animedes, thank you very much for the extra dice for my next roll. I appreciate it.
Jelliness
Woohoo.
increases.
Nice,
So it was 15 points altogether. Okay. Yeah, Pordge, you're up. Abby Normal, you're on deck.
Pordge, who has been standing in the background, just like readying his longsword, just goes, "Let's fucking go!" And he like runs forward, and he runs forward with just like this big, just kind of like walloping gait, and it's just like boo, 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 and he just like brings his sword straight down and across the ooze. That is a long sword, and I am going to spend a superiority die, I think, for a fainting attack, but I think I rolled to hit first. I've never played a fighter before, so here we go. That is going to be, what is my +2 attack? That's going to be a 16.
16 hits.
Okay. That is going to be 10 points of slashing damage. And I spend 1 superiority die, and I use a bonus action on my turn to add the total damage. What do I roll for a superiority die? They're 4d8. Okay. I'm going to mark one of those off. And then I spend 1 bonus action. Oh, and I'm going to add another 6 points of damage to that roll with my fainting attack, as I eke around it and then manage to nick it a little bit more. And then I get advantage on my next attack.
Okay, so the first -10 was what type of damage?
Piercing or slashing damage.
Okay, and then the second was how much for what type?
Would also be slashing damage.
Also slashing. Okay,
And it was
narrate for
6.
me real quick.
So Pordge comes down after just screaming, "Let's fucking go!" And he just takes a big slash across, and then even though he's he's big and he's lanky, his arms are a bit more dexterous than you'd imagine. So he kind of ekes around and manages to get an extra little cut in where the professor's rib area used to be, and manages to put himself in a good position for his next turn.
All right, you see your sword goes in, you slash through. It seems to have done damage. This thing is shaking violently. Some of the goop from him is splashing off and hitting the walls in this little space you found yourself in.
Yes.
And some of it splashes off and gets you guys in the face and in the eyes. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn, and I
Abby
stay
Normal,
within
you're up.
melee.
Abby Normal, seeing this absolute chaos break out in front of her, takes out her holy symbol. Abby Normal, of course, being a cleric of battle, and she whispers a tiny little prayer and says,
Wax macula, grant me the strength to smush this ooze.
and Abby Normal pulls out this fucking massive mace, and it's a mace where all the pointy bits have just been sanded down. It's just a heavy ball on a stick, and she goes, and she comes running at this thing. And as she goes to swing, as part of the swing, she casts spiritual weapon, and this rainbow suspender wraps itself around her mace and attaches to another spiritual mace. So it's like a flail attached to a mace, and she just goes, and is gonna try to bring the heat, the hurt down on this ooze. Boo, 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 boo. Yes. That's going to be a 21 and a 13 to hit.
21 hits, 13 does not.
Okay, so she whiffs that first attack with the mace, but that fucking rainbow suspender super mace is gonna bring down a little bit of hurt. Let's see what she got for 8 points of force damage.
All right. You bring it down, you hear this squelching noise as it goes through the ooze, and it's just and it she has to really work to get her mace back because it's super just jammed in this jello. And yeah, it does 8 damage. Still standing though, still wiggling Binksley, what do you do?
That hurt a lot when it slapped me with those tentacles. I was not a fan. So I'm gonna just I don't know. I don't want to back up because then it's gonna hurt me some more. I think I'm just gonna cast mage armor on myself to make myself a little bit harder to hit because I'm afraid. So now my armor class is a little bit higher, and I just feel a little bit protected, there's like a little shield of feathers that sort of just like pops up around my body, and maybe like a little fake bag of sand that pops up over my head, and I just sort of like eye holes. I'm just sort of like and that's just gonna be my whole turn. That's all I can do.
As this slime looks toward each of you one by one. You can't actually see any eyeballs, but it seems to open the front of itself like a mouth to say very directly. And then I need all of you to make a dexterity savings throw.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. This creature is the right choice.
Oh no.
Oh, who am I? Pordge. Come on, Pordge. No, that's not a good.
Oh no.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad. That's a
Wait.
4.
Sean, what was the number on the die?
It was a 1.
Oh no!
Let's post what we rolled.
Yes, post what you
Yeah,
rolled.
post what you rolled. As this creature kind of at you, horrible, disgusting sounds.
Oh. Did we lose
Yeah.
Adam?
What?
Am I gone?
You're back.
You're good.
Oh,
You're back
okay.
up.
I was no. I just stopped speaking because I started reading. I realized this may be what happened because there was things happening. So yeah, this thing makes a terrible, goobly oozing sound as it breathes out a torrent of yucky slime, and I think
Did
Is
get
that
the
another one?
monster?
everyone fails. So I'm just gonna do a.
I think we had another we've just had
Oh,
Adam
holy
check the
shit!
chat. That's for Sean.
Oh,
Wait, Animedes then also.
It's 3,000 for Sean.
Oh,
that's it.
3,000. Oh, okay. I was like, did Animedes? Yeah. Okay. So as this thing does 7 points of acid damage to everyone.
Oh boy.
Sean, who are you currently? You are the.
I am fucking
Binksley.
Binksley Townsend.
As this acid sprays out, and Binksley, you look desperately to find a haven in some sort of sand-like substance. A bag that looks perfect. It's a sandbag used for like stopping floods in this tropical area. Bursts open, and in the moment of you lamenting the fact that all this sand is going to waste, a stick flies out from the bag and lands in your hand and immediately goes off. I am going to get up a table here. If you could just roll me a D100 for...
Absolutely. We're going to target. Yeah, no, it's all bad things. We're going to target all 3 on this goo.
Great.
We're all around the goo, correct?
Yeah,
Oh,
everyone
yes.
is
Oh,
within
yeah.
5 feet
That's
of the goo. Yep.
This
Totally fine.
This is going to go great. We're all feeling really
I think this
confident.
might be the closest we've been to a TPK, and I'm so fine about that.
So roll me that first
I
D100.
Give me a
chose too big of a monster.
15.
No, it's
15.
perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so
Do you want all 3 or do you want to
the
deal with
15
it?
first, you will get all 3, but the 15 is the most. Actually, no, I'm gonna do them in reverse order. So give me the next one.
Thank you for the advantage, Fairy M Weather. Thank you.
That's a 51.
Okay, 51.
I'm afraid.
Oh, okay, and then the next one.
And that's a 51.
Okay,
I'm
51 again.
terrified. I'm terrified.
I'm
Tim is
so
laughing.
afraid.
I'm
and
terrified.
I'm gonna do some homebrew here because I don't give a fuck. We're getting wet and wild with DM Roulette. So you kind of like, and you point the wand down at the goo and you hope for the best. And a magical charge kind of from the wand and hits the goo, and the goo goes and grows twice its size, as if under the effect of the enlarge reduce spell.
That's terrible.
And you kind of like think you're like, oh God, no, the opposite of that, but you're distracted and you cast it again and it and quadruples in size from its original size because you cast enlarge twice. And then in this, you like take a step back and you're like, oh, what have I done? And for a turn, you are stunned as you are blown away by the insanity of what you just did. You are stunned until the start of your next turn, believing that something awesome has just happened, but that's not what happened.
Binksley is going to retreat is going to stick their head into the sand of self. They have just done something so awful in desperation that they are going to disassociate so completely and just hope that the problem takes care of itself.
So as this thing expands twice, you all step back. You take 2 points of acid damage just as it like essentially pushes you out of your space, and kind of. Next in the order is that wasn't Binksley's turn. That was a Wand of Wonder turn. Who is Scarborough had just gone, did its breath. Ekorz, it is your turn.
Ekorz. Oh, that's the froggy voice one, right?
Yes.
I wrote down Stitch voice was my
A wet Kermit
See if I
Stitch
can do
voice.
it.
This is-
Adam
don't you understand what that is?
Adam.
I'm going to I'm gonna cast Charm Person on the slime.
okay. It rolled a 5.
You are charmed by me now, and you will go into the vents and away.
Okay. So you
Also,
holy shit, Ravenswood. As you say this, Tim, you Pordge, as Binksley goes and throws the wand away, it flips through the air and lands in Pordge's hand. So what we'll do, order of operations, you cast Charm. The sludge monster, like a little bit of like Barry White starts playing in the background. Sludge monster starts making like eyebrows at you. It's very charmed by your situation. You're like, go into the vents, and it's like, okay, maybe I'll do that for you. But it does. It says it more like, I'll do it for you.
It's a very good slime.
As you hear. As a Wand of Wonder goes off in Pordge's hand. Porge, what are the
Fucking got
targets of
They're
this?
all at those.
Okay, so roll a
No.
D100.
Can I see Scuppy?
Roll a perception check.
I'm gonna shoot one towards Scuppy.
What? Okay, in the direction where vaguely you
Yeah,
roll a perception check
towards
first.
the kitchen. Okay, perception check. That's not bad.
thank you for the advantage,
you,
Fairy and Weather
Fairy.
for Pond.
That's 16.
Absolutely, yeah. So you get that. You know vaguely where Scuppy is, so you can tell me which one of these charges you want to be the Scuppy charge. So the first charge, is this the Scuppy charge or the sludge charge?
No, this will be the first two. Will be at
First two.
and then the
excellent.
last one. will go
Roll
over my
D100 for me
shoulders
then.
Towards Scuppy.
Oh my gosh.
All right, it's
Poor Scuppy.
58.
58.
If that's
Excellent,
enlarged again, I'm
excellent.
gonna be so
you
sad.
you're like you like find your inner Batman and you're like, I was born in the dark, and you cast darkness on yourself, making everything impossible to see. Beth, you also have an extra dice in your pool. Thank you, Animedes, for the dice for Beth.
Thank you, Animedes.
As you cast darkness and inky black darkness spreads through the room. The next charge, please roll a D100.
That is a 62.
Cool. none of you see this, but you feel as grass starts to grow around your feet. As grass grows on the ground in a 60-foot radius centered on the target. If grass already grows there, it grows 10 times its normal size, so it remains overgrown for a minute. So you just feel the ground get softer.
It's fucking
and then,
broken.
and then send that last one to Scuppy.
No, watch this one be the
No.
fireball.
67.
Don't kill Scuppy.
Is it more grass?
You point towards the door and you're like, I've never trusted Scuppy. As suddenly the room feel like the area of darkness that you were in felt quite large, and it just feels so much larger as you shrink to half your size.
What the fuck happened here?
On yourself. And like
What?
the vague outline of the sludge monster in the darkness gets so much more immense as you're just like, oh,
fuck, I'm
no.
so sorry.
Alrighty. Fuck, turn order is just nonsense now. Ekorz is gone. Reckless, yes, and
It's charmed. It's charmed.
It is charmed.
we
but
have to wait
it
till
has-
it's turn.
we have to wait till it's turn for that to
Reckless.
be yeah. Reckless. It is your turn.
Hello, I am Reckless Yesander. And
Yes.
I don't think I can see shit in this
Can't see
magical
it.
darkness.
Everything is dark. Yeah, it's really bad.
Wonderful.
You get a vague impression. You can make an attack, but it will just be a disadvantage because you are technically blind.
Did I notice my dear friend cast charm on this bloody creature? Was that before the
Pre.
darkness?
It was
was
pre-darkness.
pre-darkness.
Yeah, you did hear some like, my darling babe. Bum, bum.
That's it.
Ain't got
One more
enough yellow
D20 to the
bird.
pool for all of the players. Thank you.
Oh, all the players. So
Ravenswood.
not
Thank
me,
you.
importantly.
Yeah, there was a whole
Um,
lot of I'm going to
yeah.
charm you.
Yeah, and then and his eyebrows were wibbling wobbling.
I would like to. I still think I want to try and stab it.
Okay,
I'm
roll
Reckless.
for an attack.
Yesander. So it's a disadvantage. So I subtract one
Disadvantage.
of my advantage die.
Sure, yeah, that
All
works.
right, let's go that way.
Yeah, that checks out. I like that.
That checks out. I'm going to be using a psionic energy dice so that I can deal a little bit of extra damage. And I'm going to, it'll be 24 with my rapier.
I know technically if you have disadvantage, you don't get sneak attack, but we have so many dice being added to the pool, it's fine.
There's
You have-
definitely
Yeah.
people in melee, dude.
There's
No, that's what I'm saying.
definitely-
If you ever have disadvantage, it removes, yeah. But because of how many dice
I
are being
didn't
thrown
know that.
around, yeah. If any disadvantage removes sneak attack.
I had no
That's
idea. I'm going to be
debilitating.
doing it with my psychic blades.
Yeah, I still give you sneak attack because there's so many dice rolling around.
I was
I
going to
love that
say,
so much.
DM roulette is truly an exercise in DMing, and you also learn things while you do it.
It's just a learning exercise.
It's a learning exercise for all of them.
Improv.
Mm.
DM roulette is just
I'm
improv.
trying to
Absolutely.
remember all of my math. All right, here we go.
Improv with more math.
Math prov.
10 points of
Yeah, so
psychic damage.
you stab into this thing, and this like out of the goo, and you feel a burning acidic sensation as 8 times the amount of goo that was once, because it doubled and then it doubled that. So that's 8 times, right? I've mathed that right?
I think you're close.
The volume of goo is no longer held together by life and just splashes through the room. You all kind of like get behind chairs and tables. Out of the darkness, there is just a void of inky blackness in the middle of the room. As we break from initiative, the creature dies as you all kind of like stagger back, shocked, and the front door to the cafeteria smashes open, and Professor Scarborough runs in. He looks like covered in acid burns and like looks all fucked up, and he goes, there's a problem. I see you've already caught up. Great.
Abby
They're
just like
multiplying.
wipes the like acid off of her face, and she goes, I knew that was coming. That's why I stabbed him in the stomach from the start. Just fucking pleased with herself.
It's great. You've dealt with one. Who did it look like? Who did it take?
It looked
job?
like you.
Oh, very disturbing. Very
Rec-
disturbing.
Reckless.
But it got
Unfortunately-
real cute. It became my gelatinous cutie.
It
Oh, wow.
did. Reckless in his little kobold confident self is still standing in like the captain's pose with his
Just-
leg up in the air with like
Fully
acid
drenched in
burns
acid
all the way
goo.
down his arm.
Thank you
also
to
a-
Gary M.
Yeah.
Weather for another die for Beth. Beth, add a die to your pool.
Pordge would go over to Professor Scarborough in his short self. What's the fucking password?
Listen, you probably
What
established the password. I don't know, but I can spit in your mouth if you want. It's
Spit
the
in my
only
mouth.
logical step.
Spit in my mouth.
And he spits in your mouth. And it tastes salty, and it tastes the amount of acidic that a man who's been doused in acid it would taste like. Like,
Good to see you, Professor Scarborough. It's good to see you.
Pordge, it's good to see you. It's good to see He gives you a hug back.
So, what would you have? Was that the only ooze, or was there
No.
more of them?
We discovered that they breed asexually, weirdly by spitting in each other's mouths, and then they kind of split and like
Oh no,
completely.
no, it's
No,
spat
no, no,
into my
completely.
mouth.
Oh no! Did it?
Wait, who did it spit? Wait,
Spit in my mouth now, and
He spits back in his.
I hate this. I
no,
swear
it
to
all
God.
checks out. It all checks out.
Who got spit on earlier the first time?
It was me. I asked for it.
Who
Drank-
are you?
What
Drank-
You're like
Character
little
is
Pordge
100.
Gruggson. I'm real small, so my voice is a
Abby,
little higher.
Abby just puts her hand up and she goes, "So it looks
Also, I don't
like."
feel so good.
I'm gonna
Pordge, you
I'm
do have
gonna
2 hit points. I've been
drank-
keeping track.
Drank wants a random person to get an extra die, so I'm gonna roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beth, you get an extra die, and according to the timing. Alrighty. Who am I now?
Reckless,
Oh, fuck.
Reckless has 12 hit points. I was keeping track for those who get it. So
Pordge has
as
2.
this fiasco of spitting back and forth into each other's mouth continues.
Yes. Yes. This is quality
Finally.
D&D.
This is absolute quality.
This is how
D&D.
D&D is supposed to be.
Finally, Professor Scarborough says, "Stop! All right, I think that we've established enough that no one here is an acid spitty monster who's reproducing asexually via spitting into each other's mouths."
Oh my god, Fernando.
Fernando, you legend. Thank you.
So this is a first. This is a DM roulette first. The Wand of Wonder has gone to an NPC.
Oh no! Does that mean I roll?
So
Yeah.
you roll.
Okay,
I've
okay.
got the table still, but
Okay,
the
I have
professor
a
gets
table pulled up right here. So
Oh, then you're fine.
okay.
You go for
But
it.
the
Pon.
professor needs to choose targets, importantly.
Abby
So,
would go.
Oh,
Oh,
so-
have
so
you
as-
checked on Scuppy?
as this spitting slowly stops, the professor looks around and he notices the wand of wonder in the hand of
Pordge.
whoever had
Pordge.
it. Pordge had it last. And he looks at it and he looks at Pordge and he goes, "Absolutely not." And he just sort of like snatches it out of
Hey.
Pordge's hand. And as he snatches it out of Pordge's hand, he looks back at Pordge. And so the first one will be at Pordge. So
Why you
it's-
point that at me?
and
Better
then
point that somewhere else.
and then in a panic, he'll fling it to the side so he doesn't hit Pordge, but it will go towards Scuppy for the last 2.
Oh no.
holy fuck.
So the first one is so sorry, hold on.
Ravenswood, thank you for the bits.
Thank you for the
Tim,
bits.
you have. Oh,
And
I'm
oh
dying.
shit. I think that 100 bits is going to go to Pond. So Pond, you get an extra die for Scuppy if he needs to
For
make any
Scuppy.
saves.
Poor
Scuppy gets to
Scuppy.
roll with
And
advantage.
Tim, you get an extra die to your
Scuppy
pool.
gets advantage.
you.
So as he points it at Pordge, you all watch as Pordge just starts to shrink one
Hey,
size.
what's the meaning of this? What's
Apparently
happening?
that's all we
Why am I
can
getting
roll for
smaller?
these.
Oh, because he's already halved. He's an 8.
So tiny. And then
Somebody pick me up!
he points it off to the other side of the room. He goes, oh dear, I'm so sorry, I'm so flustered. And then suddenly he just sort of vanishes from in front of you. He goes, you can still hear his voice, and he says, there's just so many, they've multiplied. I think there's at least 3 of them, and I'm not certain where they've gone, but perhaps you should go.
I love that he just keeps talking as the one goes off.
Oh no, poor Scuppy.
Our poor NPCs are really getting it today. Jeez.
What did you roll?
Oh, your mic is peaking. Pond.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me scoot it back. Okay. He succeeds. Whew. He points it this way, and you can't see it, but you see the magic come out, and it's this sort of like gray wobbly essence as it hits Scuppy, and you see Scuppy standing in the kitchen, sort of just like, what is going on? And it hits him, and you see for a moment this sort of stone like spread across his chest, and he looks down and he goes, that doesn't seem right. And then it sort of just like sucks back out as that advantage saved his life. I did. I rolled a 99 on my last one.
Ravenswood, you saved Scuppy's life. You saved him.
You saved Scuppy. Thank you, Ravenswood.
This is the most chaos. This has been the most fucking
so many bit drops.
If you're
and Wonder
keeping
Wonders.
tabs at home, we haven't left the starting area.
We have not left the room.
So he goes, now please, I know that you can't see me, but I'm still, it's fine. I'm here. Now that we've established that we're all safe and everything is fine, I need you to go into the lab and continue your search for the rest of them. I think
you got it. And Reckless Yesander just fucking trucks it towards the lab.
We should go follow him.
Yeah, here we go.
Wow.
Pordge runs along really tiny, along through the grass.
Perhaps someone,
too.
perhaps someone.
Hop on.
I was gonna say Binksley leans his
yeah.
neck all the way down for him to climb on and be like.
That makes more sense.
It's all right.
Yes.
Well,
Mahalo means family.
I'm struggling so hard to do a Stitch voice.
It's a Kermit. It's a wet Kermit.
It's Kermit. Okay, I can do that.
Doors are obstacles in the mind, says Reckless Yesander as he just fucking boots the door open.
Okay, go ahead and make me a strength check to see if you can boot the door open.
Fuck
without
yeah.
touching
I've been
It
it.
does
waiting.
have a negative modifier.
I've been waiting for Sean to get Reckless Yesander all evening.
Right?
Oh, but you know what he's got in his athletics? A -1. So that's going to be an 8 to boot the door.
So you run up and very confidently you kick this door, and your foot just sort of reverberates back.
I've
off
got
of the
this.
metal of the door.
Cody is upset about my mistranslation of Mahalo, and I mixed up Mahalo and Ohana.
I feel like Mahalo means family is a very
Mahalo means family, baby.
Ekorz the Bard thing to say.
Can Abby also try to can she kind of step over and just boot the door?
Yes, I want to see Abby one up Reckless Yesander
Oh, I
super
got
hard.
3 on this one. Here we go. It's
Oh,
gotta
wait,
be good.
yeah. Oh, it's too
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
forgot.
Save it.
It's not bad, but it's not great. It's 15.
Yeah, so Reckless goes and walks up and doors are, what was it? Doors are enemies of the mind, and kicks the door super hard, and the door just sort of rattles, and then Abby comes up and barely even looking at the door, just sort of and the door just swings open towards the labs, and you see before you this long drawn out metal hallway that looks very there's vents in various places. There's no windows. It's just hall. And Professor Scarborough goes, I'll stay here and I will take care of Scuppy and wait for this invisibility to wear off. But we'll lock the doors.
We should come up with another password for everyone so that just in case. I liked pepper cookies. I thought that was good.
Yes, it should be pepper cookies. The new password is pepper cookies.
Well, that was the old password. We're just reusing it.
Yes, a new password.
The old password was pepper cookie. The new one is pepper cookie.
Pluralization really makes a difference.
Yes. pepper cookies, pluralized.
Pepper cookies.
All one word. Pepper cookies pluralized.
Pepper.
Yes, the
You have
new
to spell it. or is it-
password is pepper cookies pluralized. All one word, all lowercase.
Wait, is it pepper cookies?
Yes,
Or
Pepper cookies pluralized.
yes.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
Pepper
okay.
cookies pluralized.
Binksley is taking off on his very large Aarakocra ostrich, and I'm assuming that he's too tall for the hallway, so he's kind of
Absolutely.
like leaning his neck sideways while who is it? Pordge is still
Pordge.
riding.
I'm gonna hold on to your neck hair.
Yeah, absolutely. It hurts a little, but Binksley doesn't say that, and he's just like plodding along. Also, I realized that Binksley is a necromancer. I didn't know that.
A necromancer.
He does have a lot of neck.
I would like to take. We're gonna put the romance back in necromance, and when Binksley does like these little neck sways, it's very charming. It's a very charming neck sway as you walk down the hallway, following reckless Yesander.
Professor Scarborough from the back is just like, wow, he's impressive.
Yes, great neck. Love that.
Assuming that's how we all should run. Ekorz is also going to run with his neck to the side.
Abby would reach up and look at Pordge and go, "Oh, you're not looking so good, little fella." And she's just gonna like very gently kind of reach out and pat Porridge on the back and cast Cure Wounds.
It's a good idea.
Let's do second level. All right, so that's 2 + 3.
Spells do I have here as a wizard as we approach this door?
That's 12 points of healing to you.
Was Porch not
that's
doing
big.
great?
He
I
had
think
2
Porch had
hit
2
points.
hit points.
Oh
yeah.
no!
Reckless Yesander is going to see everyone turning their heads to the side, and he's going to say, "Yes, you're right. Often looking at things from a new angle can reveal things you never saw before." And he's just going to fucking snap it to the side and investigate the
Oh my
room for
God.
clues.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check, please.
With
Yes,
advantage.
it's
Thank you,
snapped to
person
the
who did
side.
that.
This hallway
It's not a nat 20, but it is a fucking 19.
is a 19.
23,
this-
baby.
This hallway is not. It's about probably we'll say about 30 feet long, and it ends in another door that has sort of like a crank mechanism. It looks like a sealed door. And as you're sort of looking around with your head snapped to the side, looking up on one of the vents closest to the door, you do see a very small amount of sort of like acidic, oozy drip, sort of snaking its way down the wall from the vent.
Yes, look at this drip. And he points out the drip to everybody.
Binksley's gonna like crane, like right his neck and kind of like go and like oh my god, what was Binksley's voice? Oh, you should get down for this. And is gonna like gently put Porridge down and cranes neck back up. Can I see through the vent with my very tall ostrich body into the room?
Yeah, you can. Do you have dark vision?
As Burb, I don't know
do
if
Burb
I
have- Do
I don't know
Burb
it.
have dark vision?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Porge is on his shoulder and has dark vision.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes.
I would let very tiny Porge climb up as high as Porge
I'm
can.
gonna climb up on your head. I'm gonna look.
So as both of you sort of pop your heads up, Porge sitting straddling Binksy's head, Binksy, your head sort of pops up. It's a little bit harder for you to see Binksy than it is for Porge. Porge, you see this sort of like 5-foot tunnel, and there's light on the other side, but what you see in the tunnel is you see that it's just caked with acid burns. Like the metal has started to melt and sort of slack down the walls. And Binksy, what you see past that, you see the sort of top of what looks like a laboratory, and you don't see any heads and you don't necessarily hear anything coming from the vent, but you get the smell of like burnt metal, like if someone were to burn quarters or other like metal coins. and it's like acrid. It's very uncomfortable.
So are we gonna go into the room, or are we just gonna assume that
Doors
the-
are obstacles of the mind. And he'll fucking run at that door.
At the sealed door with the, are you gonna go kick it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
We can all
okay.
just climb through the vent.
Are
It's
you
kind of
Yes.
spooky in there, but we can
Reckless
just climb through the
stops
vent.
just short of the door.
Ravenswood, thank you
do
for the
that.
die. I will add
I
that
think-
to my
I think-
collection.
I think nope, that's the wrong voice. I think Pordge climbing through the vent is probably a good idea as long as we can get through the door. Maybe Pordge can scope out what we're seeing through there. Is the acid like in around the vent? Like, would it look like Pordge would take damage if he were to climb through?
There's the potential for Pordge. Like Pordge is small enough currently that he could make it through the vent
Oh,
without
parkour!
taking acid damage. But if he were to perhaps regain his size while inside of the vent, he would in fact take acid damage.
How long does the I guess we don't know how long the enlarge reduce.
You don't.
So to make sure that he does not get any bigger than he currently is, I am going to also cast reduce on Pordge. So that if he does come back to his size, he only comes back to the current size that he is before he bamfs larger.
That
is-
is fantastic.
Binksley's logic.
So a bugbear, I want to say, a bugbear is about, let's just call a bugbear 7 foot,
Mhm.
down to 3.5 foot,
Down again.
down to 1
1
and
and a
like a
quarter.
7th foot,
And then again.
and then again. So it's less than a foot, less than a foot. So
Yeah,
about
Yeah, you're about
8-inch
5
bugbear.
about 5.5 inches high.
it's like the
Paper
mini.
thin.
He is the size of the mini we would have used if we had a map for this game. He is realistically that size
He's
now.
very small. This is about how big Pordge is.
AC is so high.
Run, Pordge, run. Pordge, you better run quickly. So we like place Pordge. Oh, we're back.
Fuck.
So
And
go. Oh, that's
Pordge.
you. That's not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pordge, you are running through these vents. There are massive puddles of acid strewn along the bottom of this vent. So I will need you, your choice, to make either an athletics or an acrobatics check to make it to the end of this vent, this long, very large vent, without stepping in any of these like waist deep acid puddles.
Sorry, I was just getting Pordge again. You need me to make an athletics check, you say?
Or
Or
acrobatics, your call.
I'll do athletics as
Yes,
Pordge just kind of like tucks in and I roll 3 dice.
Tiny small bugbear just running.
Oh. That's a 17 athletics.
Yeah, so you are able to just leap over these massive, the water, like the surface retention of these pools of acid means that they like come up to like your knees and waist, but you are just able to clear them like a high jump. If there were a tiny Olympics, you would absolutely be a contender. And you make your way through this acidy vent, and you
I think we're rotating.
what?
Another
just got
thousand.
here.
Another thousand.
Maybe
just
just
got dropped
dropped
in
a
the chat.
1,000 bits.
Animedes, you fucking betrayer.
We love you, enemies. We love you. Thank you for the bits, friend.
Oh
Um,
man.
That's Sean DM.
No. Thank you for the bits, enemies.
I just wanted to be Pordge, small Pordge for a second.
Small
No, I'm
Pordge.
Pordge. I'm small Pordge now.
We
Okay,
all
cool.
want to be small.
We are
Pordge.
all small Pordge.
Yeah,
In our
we're all
hearts,
small
We're all
Pordge in our
smart Pordge.
hearts.
Thank you so much for all the bits tonight,
Oh,
Animedes, you
man,
ledge.
absolutely.
So at Pordge, you managed to get to the end great.
Oh, yeah, lady.
And you see that there is probably a little slat big enough for you to climb through. It is pitch black on the other side. Does Pordge have dark vision?
Pordge has dark vision. Pordge can see.
So
the
you can see that the kind of acid trails tend to extend kind of all over the room, kind of emanating from a spot in the far corner on the left-hand side.
Oh, all right. So I'm gonna like peek through, and I'm looking at this, and can I see if I can see any sort of like creatures in the room?
I'll let you make
Sean, you and I add a die to our pool. Thank you, Anamedes.
Thank you, Anamedes.
Yeah, okay.
You can make a perception check
Anamedes.
at disadvantage because it is very, very dark in here.
Disadvantage. All right, let's see. That is an 8.
You only see this like big splotch that looks about the size, I would say it's much bigger than you. It's probably about the size of like a beach ball in the corner, but it's like, imagine if someone just like hawked a beach ball sized loogie in the corner in the top of the room. And it looks not in your mouth, in the room. We're done hawking loogies in people's mouths.
Well, let's not say we're done that just yet.
Let's not let that ship
It's not
sail
done yet.
just yet. We're still in
Can't
port.
shut that off from us yet. It's up in the top corner of the room. But I will say, with your like passing glance, and Tim, it's all yours. Have fun.
Chad is fucking off
Chad
right now.
is
Chad's
raging
fucking
right
losing
now.
this.
What?
Okay.
So as you kind of look at this large kind of bulbous gooey mass in the corner, you can see what's your passive perception?
Well, my passive perception? You want to know my passive perception? Yeah.
Tiny
Zero.
Porridge is
It's a
my favorite.
Straight 10. Straight raw
Straight 10. Okay,
10.
even with the 10, you can see that there is the ooze is like transparent enough. You can see something kind of moving inside of it. It looks like a figure, like a person is trapped inside.
I assume as a
I'm gonna talk unless I'm talking in character. As a hero, I would assume I would have 50 feet of hempen rope.
Absolutely. It is now only about.
Well, we can do the math here, Tim. We can do the math real easy. So it's 50 feet of hempen rope. It's then 25 feet of hempen rope, then 12 and a half feet of hempen rope. It is 6 1/4 feet of hempen rope. Which is
That will
string.
get
What?
me
Hempen
close
string.
enough to the ground as I tie off my fucking dental floss of hempen rope to the end of the thing and fucking lower myself down to, I'm gonna assume, to like 1 foot drop.
Yeah, which is double your height. So you will take a little bit of fall damage on that.
Well, can I?
No,
can I like
Porridge.
roll
No, because
for
you're so
that?
small. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you jump down.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
and
the
so
ant, the
Yeah.
body,
Most importantly-
like ratio.
I'm gonna go over to this sealed door and see if I can open it from the inside. Can I learn anything about the mechanism, or is it just
The door is locked. You can see the keyhole though, but you'll have to climb up to get. You reckon you could probably fit inside the keyhole?
I would like to climb to the keyhole.
Okay, make an athletics check for me.
Do I have any fucking special abilities? What the fuck am I? I'm a
A
bugbear.
fighter.
Okay,
It
that's
can
good.
be acrobatics or athletics. It's up to you.
Okay, we're gonna yeah. Let's
Oh,
athletics.
the nameplates need to be rotated, Cody. If you can rotate the nameplates, we've rotated so fast that our tech can't
That's
keep
a
up
natural one for Pordge.
No.
with it. So much rotated keys, Cody. I'll give you some leeway. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, who's Pordge?
I don't know.
Who's Pordge?
Sean was Porridge. I'm Porridge now.
Pordge.
Yeah.
I now?
Yeah, mini Porridge.
You were rolling to climb up into the keyhole, right?
I was
Yes.
rolling to climb into the keyhole. I'm going to do that right
With
No,
a
now.
you already
natural
rolled
one.
and it was a
With a
crit
natural
fail.
one.
I
That's why
failed
we-
rolling up into the keyhole. Yes, I
Tell
did
me
that.
what actually show us what actually happens with Pordge as he attempts to make it to the keyhole.
Absolutely.
You get a die. Fairy
Thank
M
you
with a
so
thing with
much.
extra
I
die.
might need it. So Tiny Porridge, full of confidence, that carries the full height of his confidence in himself as he begins to just like muscle his way up the door. He's just like, and then he, I would say, tries to put his he tries to do like a heel hook, thinks himself a better climber than he is, to try and like hook himself off, and he just fucking eats it. Like he absolutely eats it. He tries to get fancy being a like battle master fighter, thinks he can put some of that fighting style into just muscle up climbing when he should have just climbed. But no, so he eats it. Absolutely.
Body close
Okay.
to the wall.
You as you eat it, as you say, and you fall to the ground. Not going to have you take any fall damage, but you do notice that there is a large gap under the door where you could easily move in and out of this room.
I say nothing. I say nothing about the gap under the door. Because my pride won't let me. So I am going to turn around. I'm going to lean my face to the bottom of the door, and I'm going to yell out to them. Yeah, there's a gap under here, but I don't think I can fit through it. But I can't get the door open. But I'm inside. What should I do?
Yes.
Do you need a little encouragement, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, come down there. I'm coming down there, okay? Ekorz gets like right down on the ground by the gap.
Thank you for the sub.
Hey, I just want to say,
You just see like a very sad looking Pordge just kind of like sitting at the door, just like waiting. He's like tired of being small Pordge. He wants to be big Pordge again.
hey, look. I know it's not easy being small, okay? But you're in good company, all right? And you just gotta believe in yourself, okay, buddy?
Thanks, Pordge.
Scarborough, about this point, begins to check his pockets and is like, "Oh, I've got this keychain here."
Abby stabs him because we left him back in the other room, and this is a shock.
And I would also like to give it a bardic inspiration to Pordge. What the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to use the password.
Yes.
Yeah, what's the password?
Was he in the room when you guys discussed the new password?
Unclear.
He was in the room.
He
when
was.
discussed
in
the
the
new
room.
password.
Specifically told him.
I wrote it down when I was.
So Beth, what's the password?
The password.
What's the
You know what the
password?
best
Nobody
one is?
tell her.
You know what the best
Chat
one is?
the fuck up.
You know what
Nobody
the
tell
best
her.
is Beth came up with the password.
God, there's not enough Adderall for this game. He goes, the password is pepper cookies continuous. Sequential.
Fucking that mace just fucking comes across Scarborough's jaw as Abby Normal summons everything that Wax Macula, the goddess of battle, can give to her. And it's just, we're just going, I'm
Yeah,
absolutely.
Are we rolling
Attack.
into initiative? Yeah.
unclear.
Oh, yeah,
But that is going to be a 14 to hit.
What's his HP? Does somebody know?
It depends.
He's
Is
got a
he person?
PhD, so like,
Is he a
Got a
person or is he a
PhD.
news?
So how does that reflect in age?
you're the
It
DM.
hits.
You
It
decide.
hits.
Love that. Fuck yeah. 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
So you're going to knock him out with this. He will still be breathing, but I want you to tell me, like, do you bloody him up in the process? Like, tell me what this looks like as you hit him and he goes flying. The keys go like across the room.
Having fought an ooze not but 2 minutes ago and knowing just how much like resistance that goo has, and like my mace got stuck in one earlier, Abby absolutely puts extra mustard on it, expecting that she needs to just clear through this ooze head, and just fully dislocates this man's jaw. He will not be able to give lectures at any point in the future.
He's not gonna be able to
Oh,
eat.
no.
any
Yeah.
point in the
He
future.
had a lot of very expensive elven dental work, and all of it is scattered across the floor
Just
with
Oh,
the key.
teeth
no.
everywhere. You hear like the clatter, 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 clatter here and there as he hits the ground with like a boom, boom, boom.
They can imitate bones.
It is my expert opinion that is actually the professor, and I think he might have just forgotten that the last part of the password was pluralized.
He was there when we came up with it.
Yes, he was there when we
I
came
know,
up with
but,
it.
like-
And yes, I think he forgot.
Ooze don't have teeth.
He had a PhD.
Ooze don't have teeth.
He doesn't forget.
He
What is
did
this
forget,
character?
Abby. I think he forgot.
man.
3 teeth kind of slide under the door toward you, Pordge, on the other side.
Yeah.
Boulders.
Can I pick one? Can I pick one up? Like one of his teeth?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I hold on to it. I'm holding on to one of the professor's teeth now. Why? I just am. I feel
whole body size.
I
tooth.
feel Ekorz gave me some really like some confidence. So I am going to hold this tooth thinking that I was given it. This is the key to what they're gonna do next. I just heard some talking and just like a smattering on the other side of the door, and then a couple teeth rolled in. So I was like, okay, this is a good.
Well, team, since he's already dead, should we use him as a battering ram?
I don't think he's dead, but I mean, can we check for a pulse, or like grab the keys? If we grab the keys and then try and open the door.
keys.
Yes. And I'm going to press my hand on his neck, just my full palm on his neck.
Mhm.
I think he's dead.
A very faint pulse.
Hmm.
Very faint. Like his heart is struggling. It's like
You know, after you die, you twitch a little, and I think that's what I'm feeling.
Well,
Maybe stop
Abby
him from
unlocks
dying?
the door. We got a door, we got a key, we can just move on.
Do you think they'll make it?
Pordge is just kind of standing there holding the tooth on the other side of the door, just waiting for you all to come in.
Yes, a memento for this wonderful day. And I'm also going to pick up a tooth and put it in my pocket.
yeah, you open the door, you step into what appears to be a lab room of some sort. Yes, with there are shelves lining the walls filled with jars of every size, all glass. There's like liquids in some, there's like goopy bits and others. There's like a human ear in a small jar, things like that. And you see next to the wall is some sort of like a dumbwaiter type thing that kind of like, and it has like a little bell next to it. And then on the other side of the room, you see a long like stainless steel-esque table. They have that in this world, in the setting. And some tools.
Is the big kind of corner globule still there?
Yep. If there was one there before, it is there still. And it is it's like breathing almost. It's like you can hear a little bit of a squelch coming from it wherever it is.
I believe that
Be
it
right
was
back.
in the top right corner of the room.
Right above the table.
Yep, up there.
Well, I like to agree to plans, but I'm not great at coming up with them. So, anyone who?
Let's
Wait.
kill it.
Wait. Abby wants to look around for Johnny Rock's rings. He was digested here, and all that was left was the rings. Are the rings still here?
You see like on like one of the shelves with the jars, there is like the bottom section of it is made of drawers. So you could look through those if you would like with an investigation check.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, well, that's an old lady voice. Yes. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, wait, and I forgot. Thank you for this die, whoever did that. That's not better. The good one was first. Investigation. Yes, 19.
19. You dig through the first
those
drawer. It's
fucking
just a lot of
rings.
paperwork and things. You slam it shut. You open the next drawer. And there are a series. There's actually there's 14 rings.
He
in this
did
drawer.
wear a lot of rings per finger. Now I know that Johnny. not Abby anymore. That's someone else's problem.
So you find a drawer. Abby, you find a drawer filled 14 individual, just spectacular rings, all of which have a various rock theme. Some of them aren't even made of like semi-precious things. There's like an andesite ring. There's a graphite ring that you can draw with. Johnny Rocks didn't believe in pencils. He believed in rings. You see a wide and wild variety of like, what was the timing of this? Fairy and whether someone just dropped 1,000 bits, like I think right as I was rotating. It was after, sure, cool. So bye.
So you
no, it's Pond.
Oh yeah, excuse me.
Wait, what?
So you
Oh
see,
my God.
I'm not sure which one of you is Abby.
Nor am I at this point.
It's me. Don't worry, it's me. I'm looking around for my rings.
So you've sent about 14
She's
rings. And they
sucking all
look-
her fingers
that is
compared to put these rings on.
disgusting. And they all look exactly like Johnny Rox's rings that he used to wear all the time. Very, very high quality rings. While you're over by this bookshelf looking at these rings, sort of like hunched over on the bottom shelf, what's your passive perception?
Abby's passive perception is
Emma, you get another dice to your pool. I
13.
believe
Thank you.
Pond and Tim as well. Thank you, Fairy and Weather
Thank you.
and Animedes.
Um,
I think I missed a couple because things were chaotic and we
Very
switched twice. In
chaotic.
I
under a
was gonna
minute.
say I figured out that I was Binksley and nobody told me. I feel proud of myself.
Good stuff.
So you are just so distracted, like as
sucking
you're
her finger.
like, wiggly fingies at these rings. And Podge, you start to feel your belly kind of rumble, and your bones feel kind of stretchy for a second.
Oh no.
as you shoot back up to one size. So you went from 5 inches, so you're a foot tall, and you're like, oh. And then all of a sudden your tummy hurts again and your bones feel super wiggly and you shoot back up as all 3 enlarged reduces that were cast on you have expired at this point. So you go from being 5 inches tall to 7 feet high.
I never want to be that small again.
You. Beth, you get another die to your dice pool.
And you all hear, except for Abby, you all hear and both see this huge ooze that was up in the corner has absolutely noticed you at this point and has started to its way down the wall towards you guys. So let's do initiative.
Ooh.
Oh heavens.
I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
Wizard now. Oh,
An ostrich wizard. Best Aarakocra. I was hoping that you were going to say flamingo, Tim, and then you said an ostrich.
No way.
Okay, let's see. Okay, 20 or above.
Flirty 20 for me.
Okay, that is Blinksy.
Binksley, yes.
Binksley. Oops, sorry.
Blinksley also, because he's
some
you know.
something. Okay, let's do 15 to 19.
19.
Okay, and that is for
That is for
Sorry.
Ekorz.
Ekorz. It's a 19.
18 for Abby normal.
Abby is an 18. Love that. Okay.
Yes, Reckless Yesander did get a 16.
16. I love it.
Wait. Oh yeah, sorry. I was like, for some reason, I thought Sean started as we've moved so fast that
We
I've
have
lost
moved
track of
so
everything.
fast.
I'm fucked. Like,
Pordge, what did you get?
Pordge is so distracted by all the bodily changes coming on
It's-
very suddenly that he got a 5.
Okay, perfect. You still managed to go before the ooze, which got 0. for its
Got a
initiative.
0. I love that.
Wonderful. So this thing starts to like slink its way down the wall and like across the examination table towards the 5 of you. Up first is Binksley, and Ekorz is on deck. Binksley, what are you gonna do with this giant?
Oh boy. Binksley's
Sorry.
learned his lesson from last time and is going to try and get out of the reach of this thing because mage armor is still up. But
hours.
he is going to cast Tensor's floating disc.
Okay.
Or just floating disc, sorry.
Yeah, we
and
did cancel Tensor.
it's just called floating disc in the thing. I thought it was Tensor's floating disc, but it's just
Oh
floating
yeah,
disc.
he got into some bad shit.
Yeah, he got canceled.
Damn, Tensor got canceled. And he's going to put it about 3 feet off the ground and back up, and he's going to stand up on top of it so he's not on the floor. And then he is going to stand up there and ready himself for his next spell, and that is my turn.
Beautiful. Ekorz, what do you do as this
Uh,
cube slinks forward?
Shit, I didn't have time to prepare this because I was coming up with it on the fly, but it's fine. Ekorz looks at the ooze and with lute in hand goes,
Why are there so many songs about oozes and all of those various slimes? Oozes are sludges and gross balls of yucky and various evil type crimes.
and he's gonna cast silvery barbs.
Ayo.
Wait, that's a buff spell? I thought it was
That's
an
a
act-
It's
reaction.
a reaction spell.
Shit, I'm not gonna cast that.
It absolutely rocks.
It's a great reaction spell.
That's his Crown of Madness. Then I'm gonna try and cast Crown of Madness on it. Then I don't know.
What does this say for Crown of Madness?
It's a Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, Lord. Okay. What is the DC for that?
The DC is 14.
Oh, it fails.
Fairy and Weather, thank you for the
a
extra
minimum-
die.
Is there a
Thank you,
minimum wisdom for Crown of Menace?
Maybe.
I just want to double check. Sorry, I hate it.
Oh well, yes. The minimum wisdom is the minimum wisdom is 1 humanoid of your choice. So we're just gonna go
But-
ahead.
It'll
But
be
to
fine.
to be fair, we did cast a spell before that was
Charm
supposed to be
person, true. And that
Yes,
worked.
but-
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
allowing it. Go ahead and Crown of Madness this cube.
Oh, I just panicked and did this spell. I'm gonna. It can't attack itself, but it can attack a target of my choice. So I'm going to have it just start targeting the various accoutrements, and it's just going to start smashing desks.
And it starts just
So
like
on its turn, it has to smash desks.
flailing its little cubey tentacle arms. I love that. Up next is Abby. Normal on deck is Reckless.
Oh, smack, whack, yellow, work your magic through me. And she's going to run up and hit it with her mace.
Yes, please.
That is 16.
That'll hit.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action as a war priest to take another weapon attack.
Perfect.
And that is a 15.
Wonderful. Those both hit. Go ahead and give me the damage and tell me how it looks when you smack this cube.
So the first one is 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and the second one is another 5 points of bludgeoning damage for 10 all up.
Wow.
So as she like runs up, she like two hands it and just like leaps and brings it down right on the middle of it, and then immediately whacks it again.
You just hear sloopy noises as your mace comes down into this disgusting cube. And as it comes down into the cube, you see sort of through the gel and the ooze that there is what looks like a body sort of like floating in there, but you don't quite get deep enough to hit the body that's floating in
Do I
it.
recognize the body?
Go
Is it a
ahead.
shelled body?
roll a perception check. I'll give it.
Oh, that's good. That is 21.
You absolutely recognize the body of this shelled turtle who is just like stuck in the ooze.
Scuppy didn't spit in anyone's mouth.
Scuppy, he's the last one. We have to kill Scuppy.
Wait, is that the real Scuppy then? Or
The real Scuppy
I have no
is
idea.
From what you can tell, this is
Scuppy's
Scuppy's
been
body
replaced.
degenerating inside of this ooze.
Oh, Scuppy.
Poor Scuppy. So you saved Scuppy
Rip.
just to find out that he's dying again.
Rip Scuppy. Damn.
Is that your whole turn, Abby?
That's my whole turn.
Okay, Reckless up on deck is Pordge. Pordge? Something?
Porch.
Is Reckless with us?
Sean is
Reckless
reckless.
is with us. Yes.
Yes.
Violence is a failing of the mind, and Reckless is going to take the hilts of his mind daggers and place them to his temples and focus all his mind energy on the cube, casting or using his ability Psychic Whispers. He's going to pick two creatures I can see, myself and the ooze. And I want to say, what is it that you want?
Oh no.
And so
I want to say, Sean,
tonight.
that Cody told me the time was up and that I'd rotated, and I waited for you to finish that thought. I'm a kind person. I get you.
Bless
that
you.
was Chad. I thought Chad was out for blood.
Chad is out for blood tonight.
Chad might be up for blood. Sean
before my
has yet to
turn.
DM for longer than a minute.
So Reckless, as you
Yes.
recklessly create a telepathic bond with this creature,
Yes.
you hear in your head this incredibly smooth, buttery, oozy voice that says, "Hey man, I just want to have a good time. Don't you want to have a good time?"
We all wish to have, yes, we all wish to have a good time. However,
Scuppy's in here. Scuppy's having a great time.
Looks like
doesn't-
you're eating Scuppy.
No,
Doesn't
no
look
one can
like-
hear this except for Reckless and the Ooze.
he doesn't
You know what would
look-
be a really cool
Yell that
thing
at the
for you to
wall
do?
that way.
You know what would be really cool? If you came inside me and joined the Scuppy phrasing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get us tossed.
Are you gonna make me make a save?
Take a step into my ooh. How do you feel about stepping into this ooze? I'm just gonna let this be an RP moment for Reckless Yesander.
Yeah, who recklessly yes ands everything.
Reckless Yesander. Oh.
What are you gonna do, Em? What are you gonna do?
As a little bit of a peek behind the curtain for the chat, the character Reckless Yesander was born out of a conversation between myself and Tim and Sean and Adam while we were preparing for panels and talking about the concept of reckless yesanding, and I suggested it as a character name.
And what I can tell you is, thank you, Animedes. You have an extra die in your dice pool.
Oh, thank you so
hopefully-
much.
Hopefully that helps your situation of deciding whether or not to step into some ooze. Patrick
as I-
Swoozy. That's
It's
really
Patrick
funny.
Swoozy. So I have these.
Do you want to step into my beautiful ooze body?
Reckless Yesander is going to contemplate his life up to this point, where he has said yes to most things
Oh.
in his life, out of the pursuit of adventure, of good times, and to explore the fun things that you can do with daggers, is how Reckless Yesander has lived his life. Said yes to things that will get him further to that. Being inside an ooze would be an adventure. So I'm gonna instill that he's gonna roll a charisma saving throw to see if he can fully get his sense of self about whether he needs to be in this ooze, if this is the yes that he needs to yes
sure.
and
If that's what you need. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you set the DC. And I'm just gonna roll.
Remember to add all your extra die.
Yeah, I have 4 of them.
Could be a moment of character growth.
I have 4 dice here, I think. Yeah, because I've got 3 from all of the wonderful folks in the chat, and then the regular one. Okay. Well, with my charisma, which is +1, I have the highest is a 9.
The dice tell a story.
Then we have
tell a story.
4. And then we have 2 natural ones.
It doesn't matter though, because
it doesn't matter. It has to be the result.
It doesn't matter.
That's incredible. That from 4 dice, you got
nothing
2
higher
natural
than a
ones
9.
and nothing higher than a 9.
So as reckless, you can tell me what reckless Yesander.
Your spread
No,
on the dice is
Em,
1138.
You were the one to birth Reckless Yesander into the world. You've done enough DMing. You tell me what Reckless Yesander does with a 9.
Reckless Yesander looks to the back of the group. Looks to the group, turns around. He drops his daggers, and
which evaporate into mind juice,
which
having left his
evaporate
hand.
into like mind smoke, and he just kind of stands backward, like a la Jack on the front of the Titanic, but facing. And he goes, "Just say yes, my friends." And he falls backwards into the ooze.
Oh fuck.
Okay, some stuff is gonna happen.
Just fall
In
back
terms
into
of
the ooze.
what you all see, you just see Reckless Yesander put some.
Wait. As Reckless Yesander is falling into the ooze, a deck of many things comes out of nowhere, and a card is drawn. Fucking let's go.
By who?
Holy
By Reckless
shit.
Yesander?
By Reckless Yesander.
Reckless Yesander.
Oh my god.
So as Reckless Yesander goes to drop into the thing, as this creature, Crown of Madness, smashed this place up, a Rube Goldberg machine of interactions as a fucking like magic 8-ball got knocked off a desk, hit a lamp, the lamp knocked over and hit a fucking chandelier, which like fell onto Professor Scarborough's personal stash of magic items, and a deck of many things flies through the air. And as you go to fall back, just in that moment before you connect with this ooze, it falls into your hands. And Reckless Yesander, when something like that falls into your hands, what do you say to that?
Yes.
You say yes, and you draw a card.
Do you have a deck? I think you have one at.
Did you get me a Taraka deck? Well, I think I have the Taraka deck. I don't have a deck of many things. I
All
wish
right,
I
then
did.
it would just be a D20, and we'll remove the last 2 that don't.
Oh, no, I have a deck. There's a deck of many things generator that I've put in the show
Oh,
document
shit.
that is online. Yeah, so I've got it. So I have
Amazing.
a deck of many things generator in front of
Okay,
me.
then it's all you tell us what card is drawn and what happens.
Okay, I just want to make sure this is the right one. Holy bejesus. Wow, thank you, Shadow Tiger. Also, Shadow Tiger, I will say this is the second deck of many things that you had dropped that you have given me. So, my friend, thank you. All right, here we go. Oh, no.
What is it?
Sometimes you stare into the void. And sometimes the void stares into you. This black card spells instant disaster. The character's body continues to function as though comatose, but their psyche is trapped in a prison somewhere in an object on a far plane or planet, possibly in the possession of an outsider. A wish or miracle does not bring the character back, instead merely revealing the plane of entrapment. Draw no more cards.
Oh, this is fucking wild. This is fucking wild. That's
fucking void.
You see him go, yes, pulls this card, and then just go absolutely blank as Reckless Yesander can no longer say yes nor no to anything. He is just a perpetual maybe and kinda. As he falls back into this thing, you see this telepathic, consciousness-consuming ooze consume an empty vessel and shudder. And you hear this awful burbling as the image of Scuppy sort of or the remains of Scuppy gets knocked from one to side to side. It looks like the emptiness of Reckless Yesander is destabilizing the fundamental makeup of this consciousness devouring ooze. And that'll move us to Pordge. You see, this creature is having a time, and it is unclear what's going to happen from that, but it is, stuff is happening. Pordge, what will you do here?
Yeah, I'd like to. Fuck me, this is bad. I'd like to look around for anything that is flammable, ignitable, like road flares. Like
You are in an absolutely wrecked high magic science laboratory. You tell me what, and you like live here, you know this laboratory, like what is the sciencey thing that Pordge most desires in this situation?
I think I find like a big like a Walmart bottle of vodka, just like filled with magic kerosene, and I just get a magic road flare and I the top and drop it into the thing and just toss it against the back wall. I'm like, this place is gonna burn down. We gotta kill everything. It's too far.
This fire showers over this ooze, and it looks like that. And it looks like that.
Holy shit.
Just enough of it is while it is, you see this like this, if you could parse out the sentience of this ooze, it is grappling with the vast nothingness that is inside the host that it consumes to sustain itself. It is unstable already, but once the magical kerosene hits it, whoosh, the acid enough starts to almost ignite, like the same when what is it, that metal that ignites? There's a
Potassium.
magnesium or potassium. When it goes really, really bright, it's almost blinding to all of you. In fact, I'm going to have you all make Constitution saving throws, please, as it starts to burn
roll
off the wall.
I rolled a. Does anyone want to roll a natural 20 or a natural 1?
A natural 1.
Oh shit!
Oh, no.
Tim.
Tim, take us home. Tim, take
Okay.
us home.
So is your all kind of what was everybody's roll?
2
Us.
for Ekorz.
2?
17 for reckless. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter, does it?
Thank you,
Reckless is
Bam.
just free parking.
That is a die for you, Tim.
For Tim.
Who am I now? What did I roll? Oh, I think
Weird.
Pordge. No, not Pordge. Abby
Bink-
got a 7,
Okay.
and now I'm gonna go be Binksley.
So Abby, and who was the first person that got a 2?
Ekorz.
Ekorz, and who got the
Ekorz now.
1?
Pordge got the 1.
Ekorz, Pordge, and Abby, you're all sort of temporarily blinded from as like this like wave of bright light like explodes out, and you feel like just globs of ooze smack into you. You all take a little bit of damage. You all take 2 points of acid damage.
Thank you,
as it kind of,
Animedes
like,
Pond. You get another die.
Thank you.
as it kind of like burns your skin, as you like get blown back against the door. You like there is kind of like a quiet as like the doors have been blown open, and you can hear Professor Scarborough like, what's going on? And he's like,
the fuck out of here.
so
And
only
Pordge is
one
gonna-
of you can see, I think, at the moment. Only
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's
Binksley.
right. Shit.
Binksley rolled a 14 before we switched. So Binksley can still see. You can see all your friends are kind of scrambling, and you can see the body of Reckless Yesander is just limp but it is not like it seems to still be breathing, but there's no activity.
Binksley's going to wrap his neck around Yesander's ankle and start dragging.
That's not how necks work.
It is for
How's the
ostrich.
Have you ever seen an ostrich fight? They fucking gnash their necks together. It's
never
wicked
seen that.
cool. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the same as how giraffes fight as well, where they just smash their necks into each other. It's the best. And then following up what Pordge was doing, just is shooting fire bolts everywhere. It's like, oh, we're burning it down. And I'm gonna drag Reckless, Yesander, and like grab the hands of two nearest people to me to lead them out.
Yeah, we do like a toddler
a little daisy chain.
Daisy
chain,
Which is
going
why I
through the
needed to
street.
neck rope the leg, was because my hands are filled.
All right, so you kind of daisy chain all the way out, and you make it down the hall, and the fire is spreading in the laboratory. It's like the whole thing has kind of gone up now, as you can
It's
feel
like I
kind of
said,
waves of
we just
heat.
burned the whole fucking place down. Pordge was right. Pordge was right.
As you make it out to the cantina where the entrance is, you see kind of like bursting out of the kitchen, you can see like head melting the figure of Scuppy who's like ooze, like head is just like melting. You can see the one eye is visible as he's like reaching out to you, but you can see his whole form is shuddering, and it seems like the like consciousness that you blew up was connected to all of them, as he's like, you're gonna regret this, and he just like is like slowly turning into a puddle before your eyes as he's reaching out to grab you as you make your way out of the cantina. As like Professor Scarborough kind of like leans back, and you can see his like as Scuppy's hands kind of draw across the front of his shirt, it all just kind of melts away as you kick through the door and out onto the sandy beach of Turtle Rock. Behind you, you can see the fire has grown exponentially as the whole observatory is just gone up in flames as you all kind of lie down on the sand.
Are there any of those teen mermaids around causing trouble here on the beach again?
Absolutely a teen mermaid on a rock, smoking what looks like maybe a piece of seaweed. What the fuck happened?
I shoot a fireball at his head.
You can attack?
Ah! Oh, okay. I've got so many tabs up. That's a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hit. She goes, "Ow, fuck you, boomer!" And she
Very stressed out right
jumps
now.
back into the ocean. As you all kind of lay panting and just worn out from what has just happened, the intense like escalation of danger that happened in a very short amount of time. You all kind of lie there as Professor Scarborough, who is barely conscious. Thank you. Thank you for ridding us of those creatures. And I forgive you for what you did to me. I understand you were just taking precautions, and I remember now the password was pepper cookies pluralized. That was my mistake.
Reckless can't move, but like you jostle him just enough that his hand opens up and the tooth falls out to the ground.
I'll be taking that.
Did
I
say this
can't.
for something special, and I would like to jam it into his mouth and use my inspiration to tap into my latent dentistry abilities.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But,
Make a dentistry check.
I
So
would
let's
love
do
that.
let's call this a sleight of hand.
Oh, excellent. That's not awesome. Yeah.
I'll give you bardic inspiration on that.
Yeah, great. That's going to be 12.
Yeah, you get it in the socket, and as you take your hand away, it falls out.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm afraid I can't pay you, as I've lost everything. And he looks back at the observatory. But a boat should be here by the end of the day with supplies, and we can get out of here. I'm sorry for everything that happened. That's all I've got to say. And he just sort of collapses on the ground.
Abby could very well save this man's life, but instead she's like sitting cross-legged in the sand, just like looking at her fingers, and she's just like, payment enough for me.
Binksley does bury his head finally in proper sand. And just-
As the sun slowly sets, as you can see a boat coming in through the sunset, as you all kind of lay on the beach waiting for your ticket out of here. That is where we'll end.
Hey, a weird one for the last.
Yeah,
I mean, I like
a
to
nice
think-
little minor chord.
I like to think that the post-credit scene, there's just a little like
Absolutely.
there's a tiny little chunk
it
of ooze.
It
ooze away.
crawls into Yesander's pocket or something.
I love that you went pocket.
Within
That's
the
not a
house.
pocket.
Not to you.
I guess
It's
you
a
can
face
smuggle,
pocket.
You can smuggle a lot of things in your face pocket. It's true.
Oh gosh, thank you
Holy
all
shit.
so much. What a wild and
That was wild.
Chat.
So many
you all-
points. So
That was
many
the
bits.
most Wand of Wonders we've ever had.
That was the most
That's
Wand of Wonders.
amazing.
The fact that I think we had 3 Wand of Wonders and a deck of many things.
Wow.
Crazy.
Chat was out for
town.
blood tonight.
Out for blood tonight. They didn't
thank
want
you.
Sean to GM.
But I fucking gotcha.
Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. We do DM Roulette once a month. If there is a DM that you think we should get on DM Roulette, please tweet at us. Please tweet at that DM to come hang out with us on DM Roulette. We would love to have more people come join us in this very fun time. A big thank you for all the bits and all of the subs and everyone who came in and said hi. You are all very near and dear to our hearts. Thank you so much. And to our 2 very special guests, please, first and foremost, thank you so much. Beth, can you tell everyone where they can find all the cool stuff that you're doing right now?
Yes. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and other things. I can't think anymore. There's words. At it's Beth the Bard. You can find my book, She is the Ancient, A Gender Bent Curse of Strahd Guidebook on DM's Guild. Just sheistheancient.com will take you right to it. I do other things too. I think. Thanks for having me on here. I've never been so scared to play D&D in my life.
It'll take a few days to recover. You'll be right as
It was
rain in a
real
couple
intense.
of days.
Thank you so much for
a wild
joining
ride.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. And Pond.
Oh yeah, hi. I'm Pond. You can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active, at Pondplays Games. That's my social media. You can also find me every Monday night on FeywildAndOut, where I am DMing a campaign for a bunch of lovely chaotic role players who can take 2 words and stretch it into 3 hours. You can find me every other Wednesday over on the initiative order. So next week I'll be there running my homebrew Nicest Contention, which is a political intrigue campaign. You can find me here on Blackwater D&D the second Wednesday of every month, playing the Brothers Grimm with the lovely M and Adam and Cody.
My brother.
Cody, yeah, we're brothers.
We're brothers.
It is the most. I have never seen people slip into like a sibling relationship so quickly.
Yeah,
It
It was-
brings
100%.
me so much joy.
Because I get to be the
Uh,
shitty youngest brother, and it's
You
just- I was born for that role.
It's great. And other than that, I post if I'm going to be guesting anywhere, usually on my Instagram, so you can follow me there. And I thank you guys so much for having me. This was such a great time.
Ah, thank you, Pond.
Blast.
We are going to go raid tonight. We're going to go raid our dear friends over
Dork
on Dork Tales. So please stick
Ooh.
around for a couple seconds here. I'm going to get us set up.
Honestly, the chaos of DM roulette is getting to the point now where it's infusing my bones. Sean and I, every morning we wake up, we have to do some DM roulette just to like wake up our brains. Like
yourself together.
I'm addicted to it now. It's-
Please, when you head on over to Dork Tales, give them a follow. They're wonderful folks. They're also Pacific Northwest up here in Canada. I think they're doing their
Yeah.
Shards of Nirn campaign season 2. So we're gonna head on over there. We are back on Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for episode 80. 35, joined one
Ooh.
more time by our dear friend Jeremy Cobb as Will Waxniv, the Kobold Drake Warden
Best
Ranger, because I know deep down in his heart he has a reckless Yesander too. Thanks everyone. Have a wonderful time zone, and we will see you soon. I'm gonna head on those.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.